You've done it again. Lying awake, replaying that one conversation, wondering if you said too much or not enough. Hours pass, nothing changes, except your chest feels tighter. Your thoughts are racing in circles, and you whisper to yourself, "Why can't I just stop?" But what if I told you this isn't your fault? What if I told you your brain isn't torturing you on purpose? That it's trying to save you, using the very thing that's drowning you, your thoughts. This isn't just thinking too much. It's something deeper. A trap your brain sets for you, disguised as protection. Let me tell you about Vincent van Gogh. We remember him as the genius behind Starry Night. But here's what most people forget. Van Gogh wrote over 900 letters to his brother Theo, page after page of self-doubt. He obsessed over every detail, his brushstrokes, his failures, his place in the world. In one letter he wrote, "I feel a failure. That is nothing new, but I keep feeling it." Imagine that, writing hundreds of letters, every one echoing the same storm inside your head. He didn't just paint. He worried. He analyzed. He spiraled. And in his lifetime, he sold only one painting. He died believing he was a failure. Van Gogh wasn't just an artist. He was one of us, an overthinker. The difference, he turned that endless noise into creation. But you and I, sometimes it feels like we turn it into paralysis. So why do we overthink? Here's the science. The prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that plans, predicts, and evaluates, lights up like fireworks when you're anxious. It runs what-if scenarios on loop. What if I embarrass myself? What if I fail? What if they leave me? Your brain thinks it's protecting you, but it doesn't know the difference between a tiger chasing you and an unanswered text. So your nervous system reacts the same way. Heart racing, palms sweating, thoughts spiraling. Overthinking feels safe because it feels like preparation. But preparation without action, it becomes punishment. Think about it. The student who rewrites their notes 5 times, but never starts the essay. The employee who drafts 20 versions of an email, but never hits send. The person who replays a breakup 100 times, but never lets themselves heal. Overthinking is like quicksand. The harder you struggle, the deeper you sink. Or like running on a hamster wheel. You're exhausted, but you haven't moved an inch. Or like a browser with 40 tabs open, each one buffering, none of them closing. But here's the twist. You don't overthink because you're weak. You overthink because your brain is too strong. Think about it. Not everyone can imagine 10 futures in vivid detail. Not everyone can analyze every angle, every risk, every word they said. That's not weakness, that's power. But power without direction, it destroys itself. Imagine light. Spread it in every direction, it glows dimly. Focus it into a single beam, it cuts through steel. That's not just light, that's a laser. Your brain is a laser. Right now, it's scattered. But it doesn't have to stay that way. Because overthinking isn't a thinking problem. It's a trust problem. You don't trust yourself to handle what comes next. So you rehearse every possible outcome instead of living one. And every time you do, your brain learns one dangerous lesson. Action is unsafe. Thinking is safer. So, how do you break free? Not with a 20-step morning routine. Not with another spiral disguised as strategy. You start small, real. Step 1. Give your thoughts a deadline. Set a timer. 10 minutes. Overthink as much as you want. Write it all out. Spiral on paper if you have to. But when the timer ends, you act, because endless thinking isn't clarity. It's avoidance. Step 2. Name the spiral. Say it out loud. This is overthinking. Picture yourself at your desk, heart pounding, thoughts racing. You say it, and suddenly you've drawn a line. The spiral isn't you, it's just noise. Step 3. Act small. One step, one call, one word. Send the email, walk outside, write the first sentence. Think of it like dipping your toe into cold water. You don't dive in, you just test. And every test teaches your brain that survival doesn't need rehearsal. Step 4. Anchor in trust. At the core of overthinking isn't too much thought. It's too little trust. Trust that mistakes won't break you. Trust that even if you choose wrong, you can choose again. Remember Emma, the girl who drafted that apology text 17 times? The moment she finally hit send, nothing exploded. The world didn't end. Her brain learned action is survivable. Van Gogh didn't know his art would change the world. He doubted every brushstroke. He lived and died believing he was a failure. And yet, his work outlived him. His doubt didn't erase his value. Neither will yours. Overthinking doesn't mean you're broken. It means your brain is protecting you in the only way it knows. But you're ready for more than protection. You're ready to live. So stop waiting for the perfect thought. Start moving with an imperfect one. Because your brain is loud, but your life is waiting. Come back when it's heavy.